Oh damn, that's so much clearer. What's up, guys? It's Slifer here, and today it's December 1st, 2017. I don't know how many videos of these I'm gonna make. I'm probably honestly gonna make them like every day and just talk about how my day went, what happened in my day, shit like that. I'd rather sit down at my computer and talk about it. Rather, hold on. Alright, I don't know if this is better now, but I'd rather sit down on my computer that I recently just got. It's an HP Omen. I spent $800 on it, and I'd rather sit down and talk to you guys personally, if that makes sense. I'm going to move my webcam over to the center. Oh, my couch is so messy, I'm not going to do that. Schword. Anyway, guys, let me actually check when the last time I uploaded a video was. Eight months ago is the last time I've made a YouTube video. It's actually kind of crazy. If you guys see my finger, it's from cigarettes. Don't smoke cigarettes, please. For the love of God, don't do it. Anyway, guys, like I said, today's December 1st, 2017, and I'm 34 days sober. So, for the last 6-7 years, I've dabbled with different drugs, marijuana being my favorite choice, and that sounds so bitch. Like, don't get me wrong, I know that sounds bitch. It's kind of like a podcast, yo. I might have my friend get in this up with me. Shout out you, Ryan, because I know you're probably gonna watch this a little bit. But nah, on a serious note, you cannot get addicted to marijuana. You can become very dependent on it. Personally, I was dependent on it. Before I left my house, I would smoke. Before I went to bed, I would smoke. First thing I did in the morning, I would smoke. If I went somewhere, I smoked. If I went to obviously like a concert, I would smoke. But like, bro, even if I was just going to an amusement park near my house, I would smoke. If I was going to anyone's house, if I left my house, I would smoke. If I stayed in my house, I would smoke. I actually ended up having to go to the hospital for other reasons, and there they had NA meetings, narcotic anonymous meetings. Now, I'm not a very big user of other drugs, but I have dabbled with them. I've taken Xanax, I've drank promethazine, I've done shrooms, acid, done a lot of drugs. Personally, the healthiest drug I could tell you is, honestly, shrooms. Honestly, like, it grows on the planet, there's no chemicals added to it like LSD. It's just a pure high. The things you see in there, some people say they have visions of the future when they trip like that. I don't really know. I personally took 2 sticks of Xanax, which is 2 milligrams Xanax, and a cube of shrooms, and when I closed my eyes, I did not see black. I saw like a violet purple. And yeah, it was fun. But that doesn't mean that it's not healthy. Sometimes we take that for granted in life. I don't know why I'm making this video. I don't know what to talk about in this video. I mean, personally, I was going to talk about everything. Alright, so I'll explain to you guys my end of September, entering October, through my October, all of my November, and today, starting my December. So in October, I made a very big mistake, and I was arrested for it. Happens. I was sent to a hospital, and it was not a mental hospital, but it was the psychiatric ward unit of the hospital. I was there for 5 days. Met a few people. They don't really matter now. 2 of them I miss, but the other 2 or 3, not so much. One of them actually put a fucking knife to my throat. So guys, if you ever go to a psychiatric ward, don't make friends. So I was arrested for the first time. Well, like, for a serious charge. And I was sent to a psychiatric unit. I made my parents a promise that I would stay clean when I left. I was there for 5 or 6 days. I think 6 days, kind of the day before I went down to lower level 1, is what they call it. And from there, I went home. First thing I did was light a blunt. Honestly, I needed that shit, yo. I needed to. It had been so long. But let me tell you guys how bad my tolerance was. After going 6 straight days of not smoking, 2 blunts still didn't get me high. It's a lot of money, honestly. I had worked at a job for about 6 months at that point. They fired me. So I was at the hospital. I don't have a job. I'm very dependent on something that requires a lot of money, especially for me, because I was using so much. Smoking, using, same shit. Also, shout out this vape. But truly, yeah, I got fired. It was difficult. I needed money. So I began to sell marijuana and basically whatever I could get my hands on. So I get the marijuana, and 2 weeks before I have my court date for a very serious case, I get pulled over. The cop arrests me. He could smell the marijuana in my car. He arrested me. And got arrested again. Same month, October. This was a lot less of a charge. It only took me about an hour and a half to go to the police station, get everything I needed to done, and go on. First thing I did was go to my good friend's house. I explained to them the situation. I made sure that they knew to stop doing what they were doing. Fortunately, they did. A few weeks later, we find out he was being watched. But he's pretty safe now, which I'm very grateful for. A few days later, I ended up drinking 6 out of 8 ounces of a promethazine bottle. I had been taking Adderall. I believe I took 4 or 5 pills within 48 hours of each other. So I was wide awake. I had a lot of Monster Energy drinks in my system. So I was just up. I hadn't slept in over 50 hours. It was probably over 60 hours I hadn't slept. But, you know, it kind of is what it is. I ended up starting to hallucinate. And when I hallucinated, I saw these demons. Now, I'm not going to go into what I saw exactly, but the paramedics were called. They kept asking me if I wanted to go to help, get help, get help. I kept telling them no. Finally, my mother arrived. She had asked me to please go get help. So I did. So they sent me back to the psych ward. I was so terrified of this psych ward again. I tried running out of the hospital. Honestly. I mean, it's whatever now, but I don't know. I wasn't thinking very clearly due to the lack of sleep and the drugs. So, within a month of October, I've been arrested twice for 2 very serious charges. The possession and paraphernalia is not as serious as the other charge, but I'm not going to go into that. I've been to the psych ward twice, and I lost my job. That's not rock bottom. I don't know what the fuck is. Honestly. In the process of that month, I had also lost my best friend for a few weeks. He was very upset with me. I can see why. So, we enter November. Once again, I promised my parents to stay clean. I know I had to for court. But, court's not all that bad. Actually. I'm sorry about that, guys. Court's not that bad, honestly. But, I stopped doing everything. Everything I was doing, everything I thought about doing. I knocked off all this stupid shit. Now, I've talked about the negative for probably the last 15 minutes. Let's go on the positive. Me and my best friend talked our shit out. We're good. We're still best friends. You guys heard me say a shout out to him in the beginning of the video because I truly believe he will watch this video or this stream, whatever you want to call it. But I believe he will. Within my time being clean, I've been fortunate enough to have found a girl who truly, truly, truly makes me happy. I'm not going to say her name, but she might see this video. I don't know. If she does, that'd be tight. If not, it's okay. I'm still going to be honest with you guys. For anyone watching this, I just want to be honest. I actually got a very good job. I was hired by Amazon. I will be working in a warehouse, making really decent money at 19 years old. I get benefits starting day 1. And I'm really excited about that, honestly. I'm a very hard worker. For those who don't know me, I can't really explain it. But I can't tell you, at my first job, I worked 14-hour shifts for 39 days straight almost. I think the least amount of hours I worked within those 39 days was 9 hours straight, with one 30-minute break. And that's not good work ethic. Sorry, I don't know what is. I helped my uncle on a chip route, a wise chip route, for years. That was a very time-consuming job. My hours kind of suck, but I'll take them. I also realized in my life I've never really given myself credit for a lot of things that I've deserved to give myself credit for. Like in school, I always thought I was just some dumb, arrogant prick. Because I was very arrogant in school, and I was a prick in school. I fought everybody. But a lot of times I fought, it was if a special needs student was getting bullied, picked on, made fun of. In my eyes, I'm a little small, but fuck, I pack a mean punch. If you're gonna fuck with a special needs child that can't defend themselves or even know sometimes what's going on, I'm gonna make sure you know what the fuck going on. And I realize violence is not the answer. But sometimes in this world, people need it. At 34 days sober, I can truly say my life has become a lot better. Which is weird. Actually. You know, you do something for so long, every day, straight, it becomes very abnormal to just stop. Truthfully though, I've only struggled for one day. That was on Thanksgiving. It was my first time going to Thanksgiving sober since I was 13 years old, when I started smoking. It was a little rough, but I got through it. Told my girlfriend and my friends. Another thing I would also like to say is I don't have a lot of friends. I have 7 true best friends. Truthfully, I only talked to about 5 or 6 of them. One of them is doing her own thing, but I only have true friends. Fuck all that acquaintance shit. Fuck all that other shit. I have a family. And I love that family dearly. I have my relationship with them very, very close to my heart. Oh my god, this is a 20-minute video already. I feel like there's so much more to talk about. I don't know, guys. Sometimes it's rough. But honestly, I think I can get through this. I go to college. I'm gonna be working a steady, really good job. And I have 2 brothers. Not blood brothers, but they're my brothers. Truly care about me. I'd go to bat for them any day of the week. I mentioned earlier, I went to a close friend of mine's house after I got arrested. And honestly, what I told them was, God forbid the police ever showed up, I would take the fall for them. To me, their life is more important. This kid, he's just so smart. He works his ass off for his schooling. He pays for it. Like, Damn, dude. He tells me all the time how blessed he is in life. But that's why I want to protect him. He's very blessed. And I'll be damned if everyone takes that blessing from him, even if it's hit on his mistake. It's for my other brother, Ryan. If you've made it this far into the video, stream, whatever. I don't even need to say it, nigga. You know. They're the things I would do for you. And I ain't even gotta say it on here. But you're my brother. And I hold our relationship probably the closest to my heart than I hold any other relationship. Honestly, I think me and you are the closest. You're the closest person I've ever been to in my whole life. And in the last almost year and 3/4, almost 2 years of our friendship expanding, let me explain to you guys this. Alright, this is how me and I met. We're going to make this a bunch of different topics because I'm probably just going to keep talking for the next hour. Let me hit my vape real quick. How me and Ryan met. So we had a mutual friend. We'll call Greg, because I don't want to use his real name. So Greg is over Ryan's house, and I live 3 blocks away. Didn't know Ryan lived 3 blocks away. Me and him used to see each other around at like parks and stuff when we were younger, but I ended up moving out of the town, and years later I came back. So one day Greg's at his house. Ryan had an ounce of marijuana, and I had an ounce of marijuana. And at the time, we were smoking really, really, really heavy. Greg asked Ryan if it was cool if I went over there. And, I went to Ryan's house. From that day on, for the first 180 days of our friendship, we had not seen each other for 12 days. Out of 180. That's fucking crazy. I don't know if you guys can relate, where you just meet somebody, you guys just click. But we did. It's kind of crazy to think about that. We act very similar. Our minds work the same. It's at the point of our friendship where I don't even need to call this kid, and he doesn't need to call me. We can have a conversation in our head and know what the other person is gonna say. That's a brother. Yeah, me and him don't hang out every day anymore. Yeah, we don't talk every day. No, we've been talking like every day. Who am I fronting with? We go on Xbox together. We FaceTime each other. But we don't hang out every day anymore. It's hard. I live further now. But when we're together, man, there's just something special there. No matter if it's us playing football or we're just hanging out in his room smoking cigarettes, watching YouTube. Whether one of us has something funny to show the other one or some crazy shit that happened, or we're watching military-based videos, we're watching skateboarding videos, we're watching scootering videos, we're watching just extreme sports in general, watching MMA fights, we're watching just shit about everything. It's always a good time. It truly is. I was at his house for 4 hours today. And those 4 hours just flew by. We played on my computer, brand new HP Omen. I have some games on it now from Steam, such as Cuphead, Rainbow Six Siege. and we just went at it, man. Shit. It's fun though. Like, just being with your best friend is always fun. And I didn't know if me and Ryan would be friends forever until he was talking to this girl and the three of us were at our house. Or at my house. And I had half fallen asleep and they were having a conversation. I could just barely hear it because I was slumped, but like I could hear it. And he didn't know I could hear it. He thought I was sleeping. She said something about like them talking in a few years, and he looked at her with a straight face. And he said, the only person I see myself talking to in 10 years is the kid next to you. He was talking about me, obviously, but that really hit me in my soul, honestly. You know, we come across people sometimes in life that we know, but we don't know them. We're aware of them, but we don't know them. Me and this kid have honestly cried to each other on some real shit. And neither one of us take shit. We're not pussies. But we just have a connection that we both understand. We've gone through some shit. And that shit has made us stronger in who we are today. Truthfully, his father has passed away. And I'm going to say it on here because he's very open about it. He doesn't hide it. There's no reason to. Which I can understand that. Is he still upset by it? Yeah, he is. Am I there for him every single day that I can be? Fuck yeah. Truthfully, he could call me right now while I'm doing this video or this live stream and say, I need a body bag, like a circular saw or whatever kind of saw we would need, and we need a boat. And he wouldn't even need to say anything else. I'd already have all this shit in my car. I'd be on my way to his location. And that's loyalty. Ryan, if you're watching this video, man, I truly do love you like a brother. Fuck that. I just love you, bro. You're my best friend. You're my family. You'll never do any wrong in my eyes. That's some real shit. I think that's all I want to talk about today. Thank you guys for listening.